In today's video, I'm going to share why GE Vernova, ticker symbol GEV, is my number one conviction stock for 2025. This company has incredible potential, and I believe it is posed for significant growth, both in its core business and its dividend payout strategy. So, if you're looking for a stock to add to your watch list or your long-term portfolio that combines strong growth potential with a commitment to dividends, stick around. This one may be for you. First, let me break down exactly what GE Vernova is all about. If you're unfamiliar, GE Vernova is a spinoff from General Electric. It's GE's energy business, focused on renewable energy and digital solutions for the global power sector. GE Vernova was spun off from GE and started trading on its own in April 2024 and is now operating as a standalone entity with a core focus on making power generation more sustainable, efficient, and connected. Their portfolio spans across wind, grid modernization, and power systems, and includes cutting-edge technologies like wind turbines, gas turbines, energy storage, and digital platforms for energy management. The company is positioned at the intersection of two major trends and one minor trend. First, the global shift towards renewable energy and digitalization of the energy sector are the major ones, and a focus on reshoring of manufacturing by the United States is the minor one. While GE Vernova operates throughout the world and the majority of its current business is outside the United States, GE Vernova stands to benefit if there is continued political push to manufacture domestically, as they are based in Massachusetts. These trends are expected to accelerate as governments and businesses continue to prioritize sustainability. Now let's talk about why I believe GE Vernova is primed for significant growth over the next few years. The energy sector is undergoing a dramatic transformation. Governments and companies around the world are pushing for cleaner energy solutions, and companies like GE Vernova are right at the forefront of that movement. In fact, global renewable energy investment is expected to grow substantially. According to the IEA, which is the International Energy Agency, which is an intergovernmental organization that provides data, analysis, and policy recommendations on the global energy sector, renewable energy investment could exceed $1.5 trillion by 2025. Additionally, they state that global renewable electric generation is forecast to climb to over 17,000 terawatt hours by 2030, an increase of almost 90% from last year. And also in 2030, renewable energy sources are going to be used for 46% of global electric generation. This is where GE Vernova stands to benefit. They're not only supplying renewable energy infrastructure, but also helping to modernize energy grids with their digital solutions, which is crucial as the world moves towards a more decentralized, green energy future. They state that with approximately 25% of the world's electricity is generated by their customers using their technologies, and that GE Vernova is uniquely positioned to lead customers through this energy transition. GE Vernova is tapping into this market with their wind turbines, gas turbines, nuclear, digital power management systems, and grid storage solutions. As countries increase their renewable energy capacity, GE Vernova is directly positioned to benefit from this long-term tailwind. Now let's take a look at the financials. While GE Vernova is still a relatively new company, having just spun off from General Electric earlier in 2024, is building on a strong financial foundation as it was part of GE for many years. And the parent company GE has always been a key player in the energy space for over 100 years. So GE Vernova is inheriting decades of expertise and established customer relationships. But in this short time since the spinoff, GE Vernova has secured major contracts in renewable energy and grid modernization. Analysts are forecasting robust revenue growth, with some predicting a high double-digit annual growth rate over the next 5 years. As the world invests in more sustainable energy, GE Vernova stands to capture a significant share of this expanding market. Some analyst estimates for earnings per share have it at $2.64 of December this year, raising all the way to $18.08 per share by December 2028. And is also with revenue is expected to be around $35 billion at the end of 2024 and over almost $46 billion by the end of 2028. Along with the analysts, GE Vernova states that revenue will likely be $36 to $37 billion in 2025 and $45 billion in 2028. Very similar to the analyst expectations. The way they're going to get there is mostly through their continued operations, continued expansion of client base, and also through margin expansion. Currently, their margin is around 5.5% to 6% this year, but they expect it to be growing up to 14% by 2028 through lean, focused operational efficiencies and greater scale. They can forecast this type of expansion and this type of revenue because their backlog is so robust that allows them to forecast into the future with certainty. There's over $118 billion in backlogged orders, with 65% of that in their services business, which becomes a more consistent revenue generator in the future. One example of that is their Grid OS software. It is used by 75% of the Fortune 500 utility companies, and the services business itself provides around 45% of the company's revenue. Of course, a big part of why I'm so bullish on GE Vernova for 2025 and beyond is not just its growth potential, which, as we have seen, is pretty incredible, but also its approach to returning capital to shareholders. GE Vernova has made it clear that they are committed to paying consistent and growing dividends. While they're still in the growth phase, the company has already outlined plans to reward investors with a modest but reliable dividend as their cash flow increases. During their December 2024 investor presentation, they stated that they intend to return at least 1/3 of the free cash flow to shareholders. So this is going to be a split between dividends and buybacks. At that same investor meeting, they announced a $1 per share dividend and authorized a $6 billion share repurchase. As mentioned before, the company is expected to have $2 to $2.5 billion in free cash flow in 2025 and a total of $14 billion additional free cash flow cumulative between 2025 and 2028. And again, plans on using at least 1/3 of their free cash flow for shareholders. So I did a quick estimate, and based on their 2028 outlook, if they're going to be increasing their revenue by the high single digits and increasing margin up to 14%, the $1 dividend today could likely grow to $1.26 per share by 2028. While GE Vernova is still in its early days as an independent entity, we can expect them to use their growing cash flow to support dividend growth. If they continue to capture market share in renewable energy and grid modernization, I anticipate steady dividend increases in the high single digits that will provide reliable income for us long-term investors. So why is GE Vernova my number one conviction stock for 2025? For me, it boils down to three key factors: their massive growth potential. As the global transition to renewable energy accelerates, GE Vernova is positioned to be a key player. The demand for the wind, solar, and grid solutions and ongoing servicing is only going to increase, and GE Vernova is well poised to capitalize on this massive wave of investment. Second is their strong financials. Despite being a relatively new entity, GE Vernova has a solid financials backed by GE's legacy and a proven track record in the energy sector. And with a new commitment to dividends, as a dividend investor, I'm always looking for companies with a clear commitment to returning capital to shareholders. While GE Vernova is still in its growth phase, their dividend strategy that they just announced is likely to increase as their cash flow increases in the coming years. For these reasons, I believe GEV is not only a fantastic growth story, but also a solid dividend play for 2025 and beyond. GE Vernova is a stock I'm planning on doubling my position in 2025. Again, the renewable energy and grid modernization sectors are ripe for growth, and GE Vernova is positioned to be a leader in both. They have a strong financial foundation, commitment to dividends, and exposure to the green energy revolution. Again, this is why they're my top stock conviction for the year ahead. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts on GE Vernova in the comments below. Do you think this stock has the potential to be a major player in 2025? Well, let me know. And if you're interested in learning more about dividend investing, don't forget to check out the other video for more insights. Thanks for watching Dividend Stockpile, and remember, keep stockpiling those dividends.